sorry.
About what?
Never mind.
What?
Nothing.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Then what are you saying sorry about?
I don't know.
Welcome, I'm Mike,
And I'm Rike.
and this is the Mike and Rike Show. Recently, Josh Gordon was busted and failed another drug test. So, Rike, do you think Josh Gordon's career is over?
Oh, it's over, man. He got busted for his third time. This one for on a plane drinking with his buddies, or so he says. He could have been doing something completely different. Either way, it wasn't good for his career.
And now he's facing another one-year suspension. After last year, he got suspended for 1 year, but they reduced it to 8 games. Now he's probably going to be out for the whole year, and I think the Browns should definitely be cutting him from the team. Welcome back to the Mike and Rike Show. Recently, the Washington Nationals have been gaining a lot of hype of the upcoming season, starting off with the addition of Matt Scherzer. How do you feel about this, Rike? Do you think that they're worth the hype?
I think the bullpen is worth the hype. The rest of the team, I don't really know about because they're just not they weren't very good last year, so I don't know how they're going to step up this year. They might all step up. But the rotation is solid with Scherzer, Doug Fister, Steven Strasburg, Gio Gonzalez. They're all solid players.
Don't forget Jordan Zimmerman.
Oh, and Jordan Zimmerman.
Yeah, their starting rotation is like solid. It is a solid 5 players, but I don't know. The people in their bullpen, their relief pitchers and their closing pitcher, I don't know if they can handle the pressure of being a championship team and performing at that high level. Do you think that the veterans can continue to produce on the team?
The veterans, I think they'll be a nice addition. I don't know. They're all getting up in their late 30s, so they might start to fall off a little bit in their stats. But their play and the leadership, they'll sure help the team. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think Jason Worth and Ryan Zimmerman, the two of them both, I think they can lead the team, and they're still producing quite well for their ages. And Jason Worth, they were talking a few years back about the big contract and how he's not worth it at his age, but I think he's showing that he's being a leader for the Nationals. So, do you think that Bryce Harper can step up and become the next leader on the team?
This Bryce Harper is just he's not a very good player.
He's drunk. You are drunk. Bryce Harper is a great player. Bryce Harper is one of the hardest working players in the Major League Baseball.
He's way overrated.
He
got all the hype that should have went to Mike Trout, who is clearly the better player.
I'm not arguing that Mike Trout isn't the better player, but Bryce Harper definitely deserves more credit than he's given from a lot of people.
Bryce Harper is
he is out there working hard every day.
That doesn't care about baseball. He just wants to make his money.
Okay, no, Bryce Harper is in it for baseball. You don't see people have as great of a passion for baseball as Bryce Harper does these days. And he's not in it for money. He's in it to play baseball.
I don't know. Bryce Harper is not what everybody got him cracked up to be.
Well, we're just going to have to agree to disagree there. Welcome back to the Mike and Rike Show. We're here with Robbie Rike, and we have an important question for him. Robbie, how do you feel about the last 20-second play call by the Seattle Seahawks?
If you're referring to the pass as opposed to the run, it was probably the single worst play call, in my opinion, in any Super Bowl I've ever seen. The circumstances, and I'm not a coach, but I can't think of any circumstance that would lead you to call that play. You had 1 yard. You had 1 yard to go to be Super Bowl champions, and you've got a running back in Marshawn Lynch who wasn't stopped all day. I think that was running the play. The running play was just a formality, and not to mention that you had, I believe it was second down, so you had basically 3 plays to get the 1 yard. I can't rationalize in my head the reason why you would call a pass play under the circumstances with a timeout and 3 plays. I think you go for the run. It's worked for you all day. The issue I have is that if circumstances were different, if you didn't have a timeout and you felt that you needed to to at least throw one pass. I guess I could somehow reason that out, but I still don't think you throw the pass that you throw. I don't think you throw that pass in the middle of the field with, basically, 20 guys standing around. You want to throw the ball out. You want to throw it so only your guy can catch it. You want to roll out if you don't have an open receiver, then you throw it into the stands and then you run. But with that said, I just don't think the circumstances called for that at that particular time. You've got a timeout, you need a yard, and you've got a running back who has been able to get you a yard throughout the entire game. So I don't understand the call. I don't know who's responsible for making it. Whether it's the offensive coordinator, Pete Carroll, the head coach, or both. But they'll probably go down in history as making the worst play call in the history of the Super Bowl.
Yep. And how do you feel about the fight at the end of the game?
Well, I think it was unfortunate because it kind of tarnished what ended up being a fantastic Super Bowl. But in a way, I get it. I don't approve of it, but I think it was frustration on behalf of the Seahawks. Seconds before, they were 1 yard from being Super Bowl champions, and I truly believe that had they scored that touchdown, that would have been the end. I don't think that the Patriots would have scored with what little time they had left, and so you go from moments earlier, believing as I did that they were going to be Super Bowl champions, to now watching the Patriots run out the clock to be champions. So I think it's the frustration, the emotion that got to them. I mean, like I said, I get the emotion, I get the frustration. Had it not been for one of the most ridiculous calls in history, they probably would have been Super Bowl champions. Now they're setting across from the Patriots, who are hiking the ball to run out the clock and in the game. And I get the frustration. I wish it wouldn't have happened. But I understand sometimes that stuff gets the best of you. The emotion gets the best of you.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show, Robbie.
Thanks for having me.
You heard it here from the Mike and Rike Show. Robbie Rike.